actually sounds good. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're gonna get straight into it. As you can tell from the title, we're gonna be doing a major service on Tommy's STI. It's a 13 STI and he is in major need of doing the timing belt and water pump on it. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing, and I thought it'd be a great time to kind of show you guys a little insight or pretty much a how-to on how to do the whole thing. It's actually not as hard as you would think. It might be a little intimidating, and of course it does take a little bit of skill and some knowledge to get done, but we're gonna get through it and it's gonna be pretty sick. And I'm gonna be showing up to Tommy's house in like my full auto tech suit, like the full monkey suit. Hopefully it's gonna be a pretty good reaction. It's pretty much right back there, safety glasses and all, and it should be pretty funny. So we're gonna head over there right now, and then I'm gonna tell you guys a little something, I guess not to do with the STI, but actually to do with me. I don't know if I'm gonna be actually working on the car today because I was actually in the emergency room yesterday because my hand, I got stung by a bee and I wasn't aware that I was actually allergic. So I started getting like a pretty bad reaction on my hand. Like my hand started getting swollen, or my finger started getting really swollen and started getting really red. So wouldn't be the best idea if I was actually using my hands and working on the car. But I'll pretty much be behind the scenes, and we're gonna be showing Tommy how to actually do that. So if you're wondering why I'm not working on the car, that's why. It's because my hand got freaking blown out. All right, I'll see you at Tommy's house. Absolutely not joking. Hey! You are not. You said you needed assistance. You said you needed assistance.
You're fully in a mechanic suit, whatever you're wearing, and I'm just here in beach clothes.
No. Are you ready or not? I got the glasses.
No, we're gonna kill it.
No, you thought I was joking.
I was reading, and basically, like, you crack these two bolts, right? So you can like loosen tension in the accessory, and then you take that one off. And then do we mess with the crank to do like the, make sure all the pistons are
to line it up?
Yeah.
So.
But I wanted to wait.
Oh God, you have secondary air? That's trash. I have not seen one of those ones. Probably just 1, 2, and a 3. Get that thing out for sure. That thing definitely has to go, which I didn't even think about. Yeah, I would say we're gonna take off the belts, and then we actually are gonna take off. Yeah, belts first for surezies, and then we're gonna take this guy off, and then we're gonna take the covers off, and then we could rotate it still because the actual
you can
arrow.
rotate it without the crank pulley in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, because the bolt can go back through.
Oh, okay.
Well,
let's go.
Awful.
It's not on the crank pulley.
So we got lost in the sauce. We forgot, or at least I forgot, that this generation Subaru actually has a stretch type of belt that goes here to here instead of the little tensioner. So we actually had to run to Subaru to go get this stretch type belt, and then with the stretch belt comes this little like plastic tool that helps you put it back on, because once it goes on, it's not coming back off until you cut it off, because we actually had to cut that thing off. But now what we're going to do is we're going to be taking off this guy here, crank pulley. Once you do pulley, take off the covers. Once you get the covers off, we'll show you what to do.
Process.
Absolutely.
All right.
So
that's not my camera.
I can give you your camera.
No, you need it freaking.
No, you're about to give me the best effort ever.
I was
until you realize it's my
right.
video.
So basically, we were tripping on how to get the crank pulley off because everyone says like different little techniques. We did like this hybrid technique where we like wrapped the belt around the crank and the alternator, vice gripped them together so it would kind of like create its own tension on trying to break that loose, and then we also have the car in fifth, and we just freaking went for it. I just sent it and thought I was gonna break something.
No, you did send it. I mean, like I said earlier, my hand's kind of messed up, right? So that's my excuse why I couldn't get it off. But Tommy absolutely got it off. Now what we're gonna do is just take off the covers. There's a bunch of 10 mil, right?
Yeah.
Those 10 mil bolts all the way around. Take those covers off. Then we'll actually expose the belt and all the pulleys, the tensioner. I can kind of point things out, show you how it works. It's gonna be pretty good. I'm excited.
Here you go.
Absolutely.
And
there's probably one more.
There's one more right there.
Right there, right there.
can't see it. Where did that go? Oh shit.
Also,
you never told me how you fixed your engine.
Yeah, I never told you guys how I fixed the WX and how it's been doing over the past few days.
That whole video was just clickbait?
What the whole video?
Your last one where it was like...
No, my last video was, well, I'm pretty sure it's fixed. I'm gonna get back to you guys in a couple days to see if it stays fixed. And this is my stays fixed video, you know? So yes, indeed, it actually has been running really, really good. No bubbles have occurred. Thank you very much. Hold on. Yeah, no bubbles have occurred. It's actually been driving really well. Temps have stayed good. Temps have actually stayed cooler than they were before. So far so good. I've done a bunch of pulls and everything. I've driven it multiple times. Like I said, it's been my daily for the past few days, and it's actually been super, super solid. So I'm stoked on that. The WX is officially fixed, I guess you could say. And then obviously I'll let you guys know if anything else pops up in the future. But moving back onto the STI and this timing belt stuff. Now that we got all those covers off, you can see here that we finally have an exposed belt. This all looks pretty much exactly the same as my car, minus the fact that he does have dual ABCS, and I only have single ABCS. So this is the only thing that looks different. But pretty much all this looks the same. I think we're gonna start out by taking off this little guy here, this guide, and then once we do that, honestly, I think we should probably just take the tensioner off. And once we get that tension off, then we'll pretty much be good to go. But before all of that, before anything, it's in line obviously right now. So what's the most important? Line it up. So you're the ultimate freaking Subaru driver right now.
No, I know. And coffee.
Cup of joe and everything.
Noon. Anyway, so really cool trick to making sure your timing is absolutely perfect for when you're doing this before you take off the belt. We have our cams down here. We have indicator marks provided by Subaru, typically with a little green kind of Sharpie mark. You want to make sure those are lined up right here in the center. And then to verify, there's a second mark over here in white Sharpie, and this will line up with a marking on the timing cover in the back. And then you also want to check the same thing on this side. We will have our 2 bars or our marked green Sharpie right here. Line up right here in the center, and then you have a 90-degree mark on the timing cover over here as well. And then also to help guide the way, you have an arrow that needs to point at the 3 o'clock or to the driver's side, and you'll have a little white marking pointing to the 12 o'clock. And it should line up right here with kind of like with this little bolt.
Excellente, excellente, elefante.
And now we're good to take off one of the tensioners or pulleys and get that belt out. So
yeah, we're gonna do belt guide first. Loosen up this middle belt guide. Once we do that, then we're probably gonna hit one of these tensioners, or the only tensioner. And once we get that tensioner off, then obviously the tension will be gone. We will be able to remove the belt. We might actually have to get a couple of the other belt guides on the outside to actually slip the belt out, because there's about like a 40 thousandths gap. It's pretty normal for these guys. So we might actually need to loosen some of these up with the Allen head to be able to actually slip the belt through, and keep note of how tight the clearances are here, because that's what we kind of want.
So there is a guide. Is that what that is?
Yeah, this little guide here. It just uses some Allens. They're actually kind of hard to get loose sometimes, because at least for mine, they actually put like some Loctite on there. So fair warning, you might break it. Hopefully we don't break it, but the belt probably won't come off unless we get those things out of there. And then I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, Tommy already explained everything as far as how everything lines up. The 2 lines in the center get lined up on both sides. Something really nice, little tool, is actually the mirror that I always talk about wherever it went. Did you steal my mirror?
No, it's over here.
You motherfucker Jones. Wow. You can see the marks getting lined up. And it's actually super nice when you're actually putting on the belt, just to get verification, because it's kind of hard to stick your head in there. So a mirror always comes in handy. What was that? What's going on here? Are we good to go or not?
Oh my god.
We're done? Not even close.
Want to talk about
Not even close. Okay, new belt is technically on. If you do Subaru timing belts, you know that the driver's side is absolutely terrible, because it pretty much wants to kill you and bite your fingers off at all times. This side's obviously a lot easier to get all lined up, because you were supposed to come in with explanation, Tommy. You suck.
What?
Alright, it's too focused. Anyway, now that we're all looking pretty good to go, new water pump is actually in already. All these guys are lined up. The dotted one is with crankshaft. Bada bing, bada boom. 2 greens lining up over there, and then white lines across all of them. So we're gonna go ahead, continue. Hopefully we'll be finished soon.
You like that?
That was good.
That's pretty good.
I liked it. Okay, well, now that the belt's on, what has to go down is we're gonna pull the bolt back out. We did make sure to rotate everything around a couple times, making sure that they line up once again, and they do.
Our stage 3 cams just need to be broken in now.
Stage 3 cams need to be broken in, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, this little center portion is going to go in, then the left side cover, then the right side cover. Put that all back in. Then we're going to throw the crank pulley back on. I actually have my crank pulley tool, which is pretty cool, and I forgot that I actually had, which would have came in handy earlier. This guy literally just goes straight to the crank pulley. Obviously has a part missing in the center, so you can actually tighten it down and torque it to the correct specifications. Excellent. All right, see you later, dude. every time we shut off the camera. I mean, hopefully I will actually come back to see if this thing actually started, because I got to go film another video. Also the bye-bye. Also the bye-bye. So I'm actually heading out right now, but I am going to go back and hopefully Tommy's car is actually running, and we'll do a little walk around and talk more about what goes into actually changing up the timing belt, because we were a little bit rushed, and I always do this to myself, setting up too many things in one day. But I want to get as much content for you guys as I can, of course, because it is summertime and I'm freaking got a bunch of content available. So we're actually heading over to my friend Mike's house, but it's going to be a complete separate video. We're going to be doing a walk around and an update on his Subaru GC build, so stay tuned for that video, because that will be the very next video after this one. But I'm gonna be like wearing the same clothes in like 2 videos in a row, because it's the same day but 2 separate videos. I think you guys get the point. I'll see you guys when I come back here to Tommy's house. Yeah, I'll see you later. And we're back with Tommy, but he's actually not in his car. But at least his car is here. We're actually going to eat right now, and then we can talk more about the STI. But at least it's here and it's moved, so he didn't mess anything up when I left, because the belt was already on. He just had to put back in the radiator, put on the covers and stuff, and I bleed the system and stuff like that. So at least it made it here and it didn't explode, so that pretty much means we did the timing right. We're gonna go ahead, go inside, eat a little bit, come out here, talk about the STI. Also, another thing is he actually got an intake, which actually sounds pretty cool. Hopefully we can get inside of the car and get a couple test clips of that, because it sounds actually pretty good from the inside and outside with that new intake. But I'll see you guys in 1 second.
It sounds cool.
It sounds good. I want to get clips of you doing a couple pulls.
Wait, what?
I want to get a couple clips of the intake, but like come on the left of me.
It actually sounds good.
Damn. I know you guys saw earlier he actually got an intake. It's AM.
Yeah.
AM intake. It's a cold air. What is it?
It's legal.
Apparently it's a legal intake. It's an AM cold air. And also he actually changed his tune. I didn't realize, but Cobb offers a tune for a stage 1 with AM intake instead of the Cobb SF. So I think Tommy said it was like 20 bucks for him to get that slightly different tune instead of running the Cobb SF. Like I said, they have a specialized tune only for AM intakes. So that was pretty cool. I actually didn't know that Cobb offered that sort of stuff. He had a couple problems downloading it, which maybe we could talk about later, but he finally got everything figured out, I think. Now the car's running great, and as you guys can see, the car's actually driving after doing the timing belt, which is pretty impressive, to say the least. As you guys kind of saw, it wasn't that hard to do it, just making sure you know, you have a couple of the right tools and locking down those driver's side cams, but pretty much when that's all said and done, it's not that bad. It sounds good.
Are you following us?
Where are you going? Beer 30 right now?
Right now.
Right now?
7 o'clock.
Right now? I'm dusty, bro.
Good flops, dude.
Well, it looks like friggin' Tommy wants to get a frickin' drink with the boys. If you guys didn't know, I'm 22, but I don't drink really at all. So I'm probably just gonna go hang out and kick it, then go home and edit this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I'm gonna go kick the fuck off, Tommy. I'm gonna go kick it with the boys right now, and then I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.